In the words of my friend who stole all of the lizards and frogs from the science class my sophomore year, it is better to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
What did he do with them?
He didn't do anything with them. This guy just had a bunch of lizards and frogs that he would like explain things about. Like, we're learning about amphibians. This guy right here, this is a green toad, southern Missouri, whatever the fuck. And be like, oh, cool. And for no reason, he just stole them and let them go. He just right outside the school, there's a little like patch of trees, and he just like, what are you gonna do with those? I just thought I'd let him go put the thing back, see what he says tomorrow. So it's like, just released all of his animals.
You're my sweet thing, you're my apple.
Okay, Wax, do you have a sister?
I do have a sister.
Okay, so here's the deal. It's a question. So you have to have sex with your sister. That is solid. There's no way to get out of that.
Okay.
But you have a magic wand, and you can make her be any age throughout her entire life. Now, it may be gross to fuck your sister when she's 110, but at least she won't remember it.
That's also true with when she's 2.5.
That's also true when she's a toddler. Little incestual baby fucking. That's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, but you could rip her when she's 2.5 now.
Okay, now that's just two goddamn far wings. We all had that mental image, but no one wanted to vocalize it. But
what if he was 2.5?
Yeah, do I switch ages too?
Nah, it don't work like that.
That's not how your magic
It's
wand is
that
equipped.
odd moment when you actually change a diaper of a 2.5 little boy.
You said when she's 101, so I do have the option of going in the future. Because my sister...
You're going to make the version of your sister appear where you are right now at any age.
I mean, you know, I'd have to just go with like the prime age that any woman.
I like it. I just fist bumped you. You can't see it, but I just did.
That's 21. So. You know,
I like it.
My sister had this fucked up. My sister had a kid when she was 18, so maybe I'd go a little bit before that. You know?
I like this guy. If you're a woman on the internet and you're going to try to hit on somebody, you also actually need a profile picture. You can't have a picture of a fucking flower there, all right? That tells me nothing. Also, if you put a picture of a stegosaurus, I'm going to assume you really are a fucking dinosaur, like from that old cartoon, The Dinosaurs. Remember what the mom looked like? She was all green and tall with those things coming out of her head? Not messaging you back, bitch. Not happening.
I'd message her back. I'd message the mom from Dinosaur.
My mom was making tuna casserole, which I fucking hate tuna casserole. I don't like any kind of casserole, really. Ever since I was a kid, it just grosses me out. And I was like 8. And my dog had a bowl in the corner. I wanted to show my mom how much I really hated her fucking casserole, and I wasn't going to stand for it anymore. God damn it. And so I snuck around the corner to where I could see her cooking it, and I just started eating dog food from the dog's bowl. Ate the entire bowl of dog food. So when I sat down, she was like, Taylor, you going to eat something? You going to have some of the casserole? I'm like, no, I already ate a whole bowl of dog food. There. Taylor, that's disgusting. And my dad was laughing like, well, he already ate, you know? Like, you know, it's fine. He's like, are you really, you're really not going to have any casserole? I slaved over this for you, and you eat dog food instead? I can't believe that. I can't believe you just eat dog food.
You're like, that's a great
hit.
Did it work?
Yeah, I didn't have to eat casserole. I already fill up on dog food.
But I mean, like, going
future.
forward.
How did it play out?
Yeah.
Oh, like, she really didn't make that anymore because she knew I would sneak in and eat dog food. That's how I got out. I was just like a little bit of a
explain
troll.
that to someone. Like some third party is present. She's like, "Why is Taylor eating dog food? Oh, he prefers it to my cooking."
Yeah, he prefers that to my casserole. Hey, why is that whole corner of your dining room all the wallpaper peeled off? Well, we used to implement timeout for Taylor, and now we don't anymore. He ruined the whole corner of the room by tearing all the wallpaper down, and so now he just has a run of the place. Like it was great. Lots of little antics.
It's been worse with future relationships, hasn't it? You know, since then. You know, like
Oh,
many
yeah.
girlfriends have looked back in that, and you've been like done the same thing. You like it worked with mom. It probably works with the girlfriends. And
Yeah,
then,
the first time I ate a big bowl of dog food in front of Melissa, you know, she was a bit hesitant. But, you know.
but now she's got that fancy skillet. You know, she'll be.
Yeah, now she's got that fancy.
She doesn't know yet.
Yeah.
Just begin with "I'm an asshole" and go from there.
Okay.
Okay, so I drive about 10 or 12 minutes to a restaurant, Zaxby's, to get some food for myself and Kitty. It's a very simple order. I'd like a number 1 combo with a Coke. I'd like a number 2 combo also with a Coke. And in addition, 1 order of onion rings, sir.
And something for
Out there.
Kitty.
Well, the onion rings are actually for Kitty. She really likes the onion rings. I don't love them so much. So he's like, I can't hear you through the window and everything. He's having lots of problems with his headset or something. He just can't hear me, can't get the order. So he's just like, all right, pull around. And I'm already behind cars. So it's like, well, I'll just sit here and wait next to the speaker that apparently doesn't work. So that didn't make me mad at all. I didn't care a bit about that. Got to the window. Big fat cunt. Big fat motherfucker. This dude is huge. Big fat motherfucker. And he's real bad at his job. He's got an effeminate voice. He's like, I just don't know what I'm doing with this headset. And he's just like, he can't make my drinks. Like he can't. So like this really hot girl comes over. She starts making the drinks. I don't care about Fatso anymore. I'm more interested in the cute girl. I'm like, I want to come back here more often. This girl's really pretty. She gives me my drinks. Eventually he gets my food to me. I leave. I get almost to the on-ramp of the interstate, and I'm like, let me slide my fast food into this. I have a heat bag that zips up that keeps the food warm because it's a 10-minute drive and it's Kitty's food. So let me slide my food into its heat bag and zip it up. Oh, shit. Only 2 plates of food. Should have been 3. Where are my onion rings? So I go back, get back in the drive-through line. Not really mad at all. This shit happens. It's fast food. Get to the speaker. Hey, can I take your order? It's like, just here to pick up the onion rings that you left out. Okay, pull around. I really don't have much of a choice. So I sit there through the line again, 6 or 8 cars, get to the window. No apology at all. No apology at all. He just kind of hands me these onion rings.
Like you're annoying him.
Yeah.
Like you inconvenienced him.
So I take the onion rings, go on my way. Didn't give me any straws to my drinks either time. Get to the exit of Zaxby's, about to pull into the highway, and I'm like, you know what? These feel a little light. These onion rings feel a little light because, like, at Zaxby's, if you order onion rings, you get like 30 rings. Like, they fill a styrofoam plate up that's like this big. It's like it's rectangular. It's longer than it is wide. They give you a bunch. There's always leftover, and they're really good onion rings. Pop the top. Let's check these out. There's about 8 of them in there. About 8 fucking onion rings in my box. He's wasted too much of my time now. It's been half an hour on this journey, and haven't even started on my way home. And I'm just like, all right, that's it. Put the car in reverse. Just like back into a parking space. I'm going in. Go in with my onion rings, and I'm just a boiling vessel of rage. And there's a pretty girl though, and I'm like, hey, is your manager here? I need to speak to someone. He's like, I can help you. I was like, really want to talk to the manager. And I hear someone in the back, and she goes like, Karen, someone wants you. And a 22-year-old girl with braces comes out. See, already there will be no satisfaction had here today unless I earn it. So I say to her, hey, these are my onion rings. I had to go through the line twice. This is my 3rd trip back here. That's not a full order of onion rings. That guy's really bad at his job. He's not able to take the orders or even get them straight, and he doesn't know the menu. And he gives me a look. And I didn't like the look. And I said, that's right, fat boy.
You said that?
Bad at your job. And she acted like I called him a nigger or a kike or started talking about the Third Reich or something. She was like, whoa! Whoa! And I'm like, what? I didn't know they made uniforms that big. Oh, wait, they don't! Because his uniform is stretched over his enormous body. And he turns away then. No more smirk from his smart ass. And she's like, you get back here. I got a thing or two to say to you. And I'm like, good night, braces, because she had braces on. I guess that's a bit of a slut. Good night, braces. And I left. And I don't think I can ever go back to Zaxby's after that.
Now who's mean to wait staff? Huh?
Gather around, kids. So, King David was a king in Israel of Judah after the tribes had broken up, and he was God fucking loved King David. He said, you're a man after my own heart. And that means a lot when God's saying it, because he also made a ton of shit people that he would never say that to. So he's all about David. David was dope. Did everything right. Eventually he was up on his roof of his palace while a war was going on, just looking around his kingdom, sees a naked chick in a bath on the roof. She's a fox, and he kind of looks at her for a little bit, like masturbates under like the palisade.
As you do.
And eventually, as you do, and eventually, after like laying sleepless nights, masturbating furiously, hoping God wasn't watching, he eventually is like, all right, I got to go over there. So he finds out that she's married to this dude named Uriah, and Uriah is a soldier in his army, and they're about to have a big battle. And David goes up to Uriah, and he's like, Uriah, oh, dude, you're just the fucking guy that I was looking for. My God, come with me. You are frontline fucking material, man. You are frontline. Show me your arms. Give me a flex. Yeah, this guy. And so he grabs him and pulls him up to the front. He sets him there right in the front, and he goes, you're going to defend my homeland for Judah, for Judah. And then he goes, but I am going to fight back there because I'm the king. You know how it is. And so he backpedals, goes back to where he is, charges in. As they're about to fight, he goes, hey, you know that first contingent up there? Send them in. Send them all in? Nah, just that guy. Honestly, just send Uriah. So they send that line in. They all just get massacred. They eventually just fall back. He goes back to his palace, goes to Bathsheba, goes, I'm so sorry. Your husband was tragically and randomly killed in the battle. That we didn't even lose that many people. It was a really freak accident. I mean, I think the casualties were one. One guy, your husband. Shit luck. It's the way she goes. Anyway, you want to come over sometime? and she, knowing that he's the king and that God is all about her, I believe she says yes eventually. And they fuck. But God and Jesus, one and the same. They were not happy about that one bit. And so they had to send a priest, Nathan, to David at one point, and did the whole Shyamalan twist where Nathan described the whole event of, this other, he basically says, what would you think about a guy who lusted after another man's wife and sent that guy's wife, or his husband, that lady's husband, to die in a battle so that you could fuck her? And David was like, that's awful. I would never do that. That's shit. And I think you're shit for bringing it up here, you fuck. Haven't you heard to God? God's on my team. And then Nathan goes, and Nathan's a fucking prophet. He had no idea. He was a prophet. He just lied to a prophet. That's a big sin. And he's so ashamed. He's like, oh, God, you just Shyamalan'd me with your prophet, and I totally see what I did wrong. But I still get to go to heaven, right? And God's like, of course. And so that was it. But it's a big tale, and it really ties in with what happened here. And
there's probably a Kenyan warlord who, if you just talked about the extent of his reach with his child army, controlled 100 billion or something, just in holding down crops and shit like that.
What crops? You've seen Kenya, right? Like what are they? But the reason they have the warlords is because there are no resources to lasso.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's totally fair.
We meant blood diamonds.
I just wrote 100 hectares of sand.
They grow blood diamonds. That's the crop in Kenya.
Yeah, and that's why you need the children.
Yeah, you need their little fingers to pick apart the iPhones.
No, it's their supple, malleable anuses to store the diamonds into.
That's not a part of the diamond trade, is it?
Well, it is.
Is it
smart.
The seed? That's how they smuggle them out.
That's how, if you're a diamond miner, you put one up there and maybe you get out and because the diamond is worth 1,000 days labor, I'm sure, right? But they're checking, and then they catch you, they beat you to death with shovels.
I've got enough stones in my asshole to get us to Germany. Come with me. We must get out of here. Just wait 1 second while I squat. I swear to God, there was more up there. Yeah.
Oh shit!
They call them blood diamonds because they're like, oh, you didn't. You bring only 2 pounds of diamond to me today. That is the kind of rate that you get to walk home with one hand. How do you feel about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kyle, it's Santa.
Good afternoon. This is Maggie. How can I help you?
Hi, is this receiving?
Pardon me?
Receiving. Is this the receiving department?
What did you need, please?
I needed someone in receiving.
That's why I'm standing inside the door, sir.
In what door?
I'm standing in receiving. What do you need from receiving?
I need you to shut your cock holster and get a man on the phone. Because you clearly on the rag today, and you're being bitchy with me right off the start, and I'm not going to put up with it, goddammit. This is the third Kmart I've called, and you're going to treat me right, or I'm calling corporate right now.
Sir, I'm saying receiving. What do you need? I'm still trying to ask what you need.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So there's a video game that's coming out next week, and I understand that it comes into receiving first before it goes to electronics, and I'd be willing to give you, say, my kid wants this thing. Here's the deal. My kid wants this thing. But he's got to go in for surgery the day the game comes out, and he's not going to be able to play the game for at least 5 weeks after because it's a surgery for his hand. He was born with this congenital condition, and Well, he didn't have any fingers on his left hand, and so they took his toes off both of his feet and combined them together. And so they've made him they're going to make him a little hand. But before he goes into surgery, ma'am, I want him to be able to play the game. So is there any way I could come in? I'm sorry, I'm getting a little choked up. I was talking about.
No, it's fine. I understand totally.
He wants to play it so bad.
I know.
And when I see my little boy just sitting there, and he says, Daddy, Daddy, am I going to be able to play the game? And I just want to know if I could come in there, and I'd pay you $100, $200, whatever, and I just want to get the game a little early, ma'am.
Okay.
Do you think that we could do that?
The unfortunate thing about the game is the game will not come into this store. Will not come into this store, sir.
Until when?
It won't come here at all.
Why?
No. Good question, but I don't know the answer. I'll be
You're
honest
not going to be selling the game at all?
Exactly.
Okay, well, have a nice day.
Okay.
Oh, that was great. That was interesting. Oh.
Sorry.
Send away the rapists and the pedos.
Huh, batteries are dying, but find a piece of metal to shock. Oh, I bet this might have.
Stop doing that.
Stop.
I
Can't hear you.
So,
God, why would you do that?
is that plugged into something?
We're back.
All
We're
right.
back.
What?
I electrocuted my computer system there for a moment. No big deal.
No, don't.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm sending that into my computer somehow, so.
What do you mean somehow? You can see the electricity.
I guess it's through this electrical voltage delivering device I have here.
That is the dumbest thing I could think. Like,
oh,
And that was the last time I got syphilis.
British people hurt your feelings. Like they got that. If I'm called a cunt, that guy's probably British, right? Americans don't break out the long daggers that quickly.
It's not a big deal to them. Cunt isn't that bad of a swear word to them.
What's really bad for them? Dentist.
Fluoride. Is that taboo over there? Fluoride.
You're acting like a right dentist right now.
I'm laughing at people's teeth. I have no room. But ready, episode 183. Lefty was just telling me how ugly my wife was. Carry on. What were we saying, Lefty?
Go ahead. I believe you used the word homely.
Homely. Yes, my bad.
Yeah, homely.
What the next sexual assault like predator would be. Kyle got half credit with something. Was it Eddie Murphy or John Travolta or something?
John Travolta. Yeah.
All right. I did not see this one coming. Coco the gorilla.
Oh, come on.
No.
What? You can't accuse a gorilla of assaulting. Well, of sexually assaulting.
So it turns out another former employee of the Gorilla Foundation, so there's more than one, has filed a lawsuit saying she was repeatedly forced to partially disrobe in front of Coco the talking ape. So if people don't know Coco at all, he apparently has a vocabulary of like more than 1,000 words.
The wings of redemption inside me ensures that I go through the entire bottle long before it could go bad on me. I eat that bottle of ketchup fast.
Why do you keep bringing up wings?
Because it's fun. He's an easy target because he's so large. Oh, I'm glad that we've got a pro here. All right, so I don't know if you've ever had this heard this question before, but the question is, how many children could you take in unarmed combat? They're coming at you. You're on a basketball court. They surround you 360 degrees. They're about 20 feet away. The whistle blows, and they rush you. And how many 7-year-olds?
And you have to keep in mind, like these are like North Korean kids. They got nothing to lose. Their parents are in the other room, gunpoint. So they're not going to back off if they're scared.
No mercy.
No, these 7-year-olds are motivated.
Yes.
How many?
Yeah.
Yep.
I highly doubt a pack of wild 7-year-olds can get take advantage of me. I don't think you can quantify. Like there's. Unless I'm just
There's
drowning in 7-year-olds.
Yeah, eventually it's like a zombie apocalypse.
You see, like the Matrix 2 when he's whooping all that. That's what it'll end up. I'm still whooping them, but they just keep coming. That's what it ends up looking like. Like it's step 7.
Burst out of a pile of 7-year-olds.
Except they end up flying away, man.
I feel like you could take a lot more if you knock one out and like grab him by the ankles and use him as some sort of swinging device to crack. And he'll be dead in just seconds, and the others will see what happened to him.
You pulled some intimidation tactics. Like, what if the first thing you did was grab an ankle in each hand and ripped him apart like a wishbone, while the others looked on in horror?
I think that's harder.
Yeah, whichever side has the head, you could use as nunchucks.
They're North Koreans. They're very malnourished. Okay?
No, these are the ones who get the food.
They're living on nothing but rice and potatoes
and fear.
And fear. That's all they get. And communism.
Resentment. And like and season 3 DVDs of Friends that have been airdropped in from South Korea. How am I supposed to follow if I don't know what happened to Joey in 2nd season? Yeah, I feel like I could take a lot of 7-year-olds.
I could take. I've said it before, I think, but I could totally take 20. I think you could take more than 20. I think I could take 20. I think I hit hard enough
easily
with even with my left, with my right, with either foot kicking to completely take out a 7-year-old in one blow, like no problem.
I could do it because my frame could support it.
I'm a bigger frame than you.
What just happened? Actually, you have a smaller frame. Not as big because if you look where.
Can you see him?
I love these size comparison videos we have.
But if you look,
this is
he
bone.
carries.
This is bone. I have a
carries.
bigger frame than you.
He carries.
Wings, what kind of
Wait,
pants are
here.
you wearing?
Belly off. Belly off.
He's got me on that one. Mine, I got nothing.
Wait. I wanted to mark down for the record. That one was me, not Kyle. When that shows up in GIF form, Woody made this happen. All right, somebody grab the Sharpies and go for it right now.
Wait.
I don't know, but like, no, don't do that, man.
No. You want some eyes?
Yes. Take him.
Put the wash off.